In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. O come, Emmanuel. Welcome to the Advent Homily service sponsored by St. Mary's Catholic Church in Richmond, Virginia. This is the reflection for December 23rd. Snow has a way of slowing everything down. Here in Virginia, things usually get shut down with just the mere mention of snow. An inch or two of the white stuff causes schools to close for a week, factories send their workers home early. But when Mother Nature sends us a foot or more of snow here in the South, there's really nothing anyone can do except to slow down, to stop, and to take in the beauty of it all. I remember a couple of years ago here in Richmond when we got a major, significant snow, over a foot of snow. And on that Saturday, I found myself having a list of about 29 things that I needed to accomplish. It was a Saturday right before Christmas, and I had made a list of all the things I needed to do that day to get ready for Christmas. They all included me running from this place to that, driving here and there, rushing around from this store to that one. And instead, on that Saturday, the snow just continued to fall. And I had to sit at my desk and read. I took a walk around the neighborhood to enjoy the beauty of every house covered with the blanket of snow. And I listened that night to the special kind of silence that happens in the middle of a snowstorm. I reflected that day on some of the Christmas stories in the Gospels, the scriptures that proclaim the birth of Jesus. I prayed on that day, and I looked ahead to the new year. And I sat at my desk some more, and I simply looked out my window and watched in silence as the snow came down. And you know what? It was wonderful. The snowy silence was a gift on that Saturday. It was nice to have a reason to simply stop and listen and pray. In today's Gospel, Zechariah and Elizabeth experienced the blessing of the birth of John the Baptist. This miraculous child is a gift from God, and the joy of his birth must have thrilled them both. In accordance with Jewish custom, they bring him on the 8th day for circumcision. And everyone is amazed when Elizabeth says that the child is going to be named John. That's the name that was mentioned by the angel of the Lord when Zechariah first received the good news of this pregnancy. But do you notice that there is a second blessing in today's gospel? Zechariah is finally able to speak. He had been silenced for a while, ever since he questioned the angel when the angel told him about the impending birth of his son. He had been silent for a long period of time. But now, in today's gospel, his long silence is ended. His tongue is loosened, and he speaks the blessing of God. Zechariah has been silent for at least 9 months, ever since he saw the angel in the temple. And apparently, something very important and wonderful happened to Zechariah in that silence. You will recall that Zechariah was struck dumb by the angel because he did not believe what the angel had told him. So, for 9 months, Zechariah is silent. In today's gospel, Zechariah is portrayed as being obedient to the Lord, carrying out the instructions of the angel, following the angel's command in regard to the name for the child, using his regained speech to bless and praise the living God. So what happened to Zechariah in the middle of his silence? Apparently, he moved from questioning to believing. He moved from confusion to confidence. He moved from doubt to deep faith. In those weeks of silence, Zechariah must have listened to the Lord in a new way so that God could inspire him with strength in his soul. For 9 months, the Lord had slowed down Zechariah's tongue, had silenced him. And good things happened in the slowing down and the silence. Today is December 23rd. As Monsignor Kevin Irwin once observed, on this date, the atmosphere is usually filled with Christmas festivity and Christmas frenzy. You will see news reports today about people stuck at airports trying to get home for the holidays. You'll see local news reporters standing in front of the rushing crowds at local stores and shopping malls. Parents will look frazzled as the big day draws near. But like an unexpected snowstorm in Virginia, today's liturgy actually asks us to give ourselves a gift today. Slow down and be silent. We must create time. We must find the time today to reflect quietly on the uniqueness of what occurs in Bethlehem. We can, if we want, simply be swept away in the next few days by the parties and the gatherings and the noise and the crowded church liturgies and the lots and lots of eating. And don't get me wrong, Christ is present in all of that festivity. But don't we also need to come to a full stop, at least for a moment? Don't we need some quiet and serious reflection on God's faithful presence to his people? Don't we need to ponder what God has done by sending us his beloved Son? In order for the Word to take flesh in our hearts, we need to silence our hearts and calm our spirits. Give yourself and give God the gift of some silence today. You never know what God might say to you if you slow down and listen.